So, hello, everybody. We are here at the Miami Web Fest doing an interview with the amazing director, producer, Josiane. It is such a pleasure to and an honor to be able to interview. I had an opportunity to watch her first episode of her web series, and the minute the first episode was done, I had to go watch the second one. I'm a big fan, and I will be continue to watching everything that you create and produce. Thank you. Welcome. And here we are.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Jessica. It's a pleasure to be there.
Excellent. 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 I'm gonna ask you some questions because we all want to know how you've gotten to the level where you are in your production, in your actors, in everything that you do. I've seen a lot of web series, and yours is right up there with things, series or any type of movies that I have seen on Amazon and Netflix. And so, how did you get started? That's my first question.
In the world of of creation in general.
Yes, yes, as a film creator.
Yeah, so I've been active in the industry, I would say, for 5 or 6 years now. I've been independent since 2018, and I started working with a business partner, Anya Jamila. So we have a company together, Sakash Production, that we started in 2020, and this was our first project together. So I did a few short films before independently, and then we created this company, and then we did this project together that I wrote and I directed and co-produced with Anya, but Anya was the main producer of the project. And it was a COVID baby, so it was our first time producing a project. We were kind of just in it in terms of like us saying, well, we'll figure it out, right? We've never really produced on a larger scope. We had micro budget to do it. We had the support locally of two broadcasters and Telefilm Canada, who funded a project called Talent to Watch for emerging creators. And this is that was our way in, and as every emerging creator who gets a small first chunk of money to do something, we really, really wanted to do something great. So everybody that came on board, like we didn't have a big budget, but everyone was super talented and gave their all from the beginning to the end. It was COVID crazy of like trying to create a production in the middle of like figuring out PCR tests and everything else. So yeah, it's been a great adventure, and we feel very fortunate to be able to have this creation. So to sum it up, yeah, I started a few years ago. I did a few short films, worked in both documentary and scripted content, but that was my first series, first project with my business partner.
And where are you based out of?
I'm based in Toronto. So yeah, and our company is based in the GTA. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. What is your motivation behind this particular web series? Because it is, I have to say that what I found, Josiane, so incredible was the diversity in multicultural combination of different ethnicities, different people. I even heard Spanish in there. I heard English. I mostly the movie is in French, but it does not matter. It has subtitles, and you will love it regardless because it is just amazing. So, how did you get involved with so many different cultures? That's let me start there because I have tons of questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think that living in Toronto, which is such a diverse city in the world, is that more than 50% of people who live in Toronto were not born and raised in Canada. So it makes it one of the most diverse city in the world, and it's such a mix of culture in and of itself. Also because my universe in my life, like I'm from Haitian origin, my business partner is half Moroccan, half Romanian. All of our friends are from all over the place or have origins from all over the place. So it became something very natural for me to kind of want to mix those cultures and the reality because it's very Toronto. And when you walk in the street of Toronto, you come from people from all over the place. And I had the chance to travel as well. And I just felt that, it was what represented both Toronto for me in terms of a very diverse culture city, but also represented my world where we mix languages all the time. Like I do that a lot with my business partner or even my life partner, where you start a sentence in French and then you switch to English, and then and I had the chance to learn Spanish traveling to South America, and if you can continue the series, at some point there's Mandarin in there, and it's just part of the kind of represented that mosaic of culture was very important for me, because this is for me what Canada is also all about.
Yeah, we do Spanglish here in Miami. A lot of it. Um, where did the story come from? Where did the story arise? Is it personal? Is it a friend? Where did this, because it's a very heartfelt story. I don't want to give away. I want to make people go and watch it. It's such a heartfelt story. Where did the story come from?
Well, I think that I've been in Toronto since 2015, so it's been 7 years that I'm here. And one of the things that kept coming back on the table was like everything is getting more and more expensive, and apartments are rising, and it became like insane. I think that from the moment I came until like today, a 1-bedroom took like 500 or 600 or 700 more than 7 years ago, which is a lot of money more on top of the fact that it was already expensive. And I looked a lot at my friends who were leaving the city because of that. A lot of my friends decided to move because they were like, this is too expensive, I can't afford it. A lot of people were losing their home as well because, somebody bought the house and they want to build a new building and raise their monthly rent, right? And it was like, I've met people who've moved like 7 or 8 or 10 times within the last 5 or 6 years. It became crazy. And I was inspired by that. I was inspired by the idea that I wanted to tell a story about what it's like living in a city where suddenly your world is kind of flipped upside down because you need to move. And I thought that putting Manuela, the teen girl, in the middle of that story was also to talk about the impact that it has on people that we don't necessarily think about, which is children and teenagers, and like their reality being flipped upside down, right? And I think that that's kind of how it came to be about. I just really, really like felt the urge of telling a story like this because I thought it was very important, but I wanted to see a powerful teenage Black girl wanting to do something, wanting to not feel hopeless and just like be a victim, but also trying to take charge of the situation.
It's wonderful, and you do capture your main character, Manu.
Manuela, yeah.
Manuela. Manuela is just a combination. It's such a mixture of things, she makes you want to smile, and she makes you want to feel happy. And even when she's going through different things, you empathize with her. She's a wonderful character. Lovely. Lovely.
And I need to say that Cindy, who plays Manuela, she's amazing. Like the moment I received her self-tape, like me and my business partner, we call each other, and I was like, this is it. This is her. And it's her first role. She had been a background actress before. She's wanting to act since she was a kid, since she was like 9 years old, and she never got acting role. She was always a background, and then she applied for this role and she got it, and she's amazing. And she got so many nominations. She's nominated this year in Canada for a Gemini Award, which is our French equivalent of the the TV awards in the States. I don't know which one it is, but so it's a big thing for her, right? And she was not known a year and a half ago. So I feel like we feel extremely, extremely proud that we got her first role, and then it got her proposed to get like awards and everything.
Oh, no, that is.
Oh, you're muted.
Thank you. That is absolutely, absolutely amazing. So where can people in the States watch your amazing show? Where can people in the States watch your amazing show?
It's not available yet. We have an international distributor, and we've been discussing with them to try and see if they could figure out a way to make it available for people in the States, because the series has been, we feel so proud. The series has been received really well, and people have been asking, so where can I see the full series outside of Canada? It's not available yet. It's going to be available, I think, this month. TV5 World has bought it, so I think it's going to be available in Europe, in South America, on their platform, in Africa as well. But the States is not, it's not there yet. But we're working towards getting it to more people. Yeah.
Well, that is great because I know that more people are going to want to watch it, and I'm going to keep talking about it too. Are you coming to Miami for the film festival?
Unfortunately not. We would have loved to be there, but we have other projects and that we're filming and we're in pre-production. And now I can officially say it now. We are greenlit and renewed for a second season for Hogtown. So that's very exciting as well. So we're also working towards this, continuing the story of Manuela.
You're continuing the story. Excellent. How many episodes do you have?
The first season had 7 episodes. The next season will have 8 episodes. So will it be 8 episodes of 15 minutes?
Okay, okay, excellent, excellent. So, what was your favorite part of working with all these actors?
I think there's so much. It was so much fun because I feel like, because it's such, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know, it's a first project for me. It's a first project with my business partner, Anya. It's a first project for so many of them as well. I talked about Cindy. It was her first role. Nam, who plays Patrick, first role. Sandra, who had roles before the mother. She had small roles, but it was her first big role, our main role as well. So, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think that, you know, the opportunity to work with first-time actors and see them grow and be able to create with them, I think it made this entire experience so special, right? Like I think forever this project is gonna stay as kind of that first for us, like our first project, the first time they got nominated, the first time. So I think that working with the actors has been great because, you know, there's something about writing a character and seeing it in your head and then finding an actor and the actor makes it better, you know. And I think that was so special for me. It's that they bring their own juice to the character and us thinking about stuff. And there's something beautiful about being on set and being like, okay, so let's try this scene, and then one of the actors or anybody on set has an idea and it makes it better. Like that gets me specifically excited because, you know, I create something, but then it becomes everybody's baby and everybody's project and everybody's just working to make this the best thing ever. And I think that's what I love the most, is that the actors bring the character to another level, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this is even better than what I wrote, you know?
Well, it's actually right in front of you. You know,
yeah,
you had it here, and all of a sudden staring you in the face, and that must be powerful. That must truly.
It is. And I think that, you know, at some point I remember being on set and looking at them and I'm like, oh my God, my characters are live, right? And like, you can really, like, I don't know, you see the distinction between, I don't see the actors anymore. I see my characters and I see them act. And then, you know, I kind of had to when we finished filming, I had to kind of be like, okay, this is done and you guys are going home. And then, you know, so I'm so excited because I'm writing again now. So I'm taking them back in and I'm like, okay, so where are we going next together, right?
Lovely, lovely. So what are your future goals with this project? I mean, where do you want to take it? I mean, I think you can take it anywhere and everywhere, honestly. Where do you want to take it?
I think that, you know, as emerging creators, you want to have the most eyeballs on the project that's possible. I feel like, you know, we were fortunate enough. I think we've been into like more than 15 festivals at this point, almost 20. We, you know, like we got people all over the place watching the series and like, you know, in the States and in South America and Europe. And it's already more than I could ever imagine, right? Like I feel so honored to have like people like you in Miami and being like, oh, I really love your work. I'm like, oh my God, somebody in Miami actually saw what I'm doing, right? So I think that obviously we have a second season. We're hoping now we have a bigger budget for the second season for the renew, which is great. And I think our goal is to get more, because it's a teen story, right? So we want to get more to teens as well. So we kind of plan an entire strategy about going to schools with the project, with the actors and the series when it comes out, and kind of tour the schools in Canada, because that's the level we can do, and to get that connection with the main target audience as well, because you know, getting to teens sometimes it's a bit more complicated, you know, like getting them to care and getting them to see the things. But the good thing is that we've done one school this year, and we know that once we get to them, they get excited, and once we get them in front of it, they like it, which is the biggest thing for us, right? Like when I sat down 12 years old in front of it, then they were like, when's the next season? I want to see more. Like my heart sank, right? It's the great thing. So I think that's it, right? We want to get it to more people and specifically the target audience of the show. Yeah.
This could easily start trending. I know that I have access to it here to be able to watch it, and I definitely, with your permission, want to share it with my 15-year-old goddaughter because I know she's going to love this series, and she's her, you know, she comes from a multicultural family, and just the experience to watch how in another place like in Canada, all kids can relate, you know. And that's going to be amazing. I think that really is going to tie it in. And I see this series trending. Trust me.
Oh, thank
trending
you.
among the teenagers. Yes, it is wonderful. It is wonderful. So I guess I want to say, if you had any advice, because you say you're an emerging producer and director, I find you've moved into another stratosphere, you know? Yeah, you're on your way up. So what advice would you give to actually emerging, just getting started, film creators, visual media creators? What advice would you give them so that they could create content with your quality is also so beautiful, and so your filming quality, your editing, I noticed your editing, your filming quality, and as I said, your music selection. What advice would you give people that are getting started in this business to accomplish what you're accomplishing right now?
That's a good question. I think that, it's definitely a lot of work. Won't lie. Like, I feel like putting in the effort is the step one. Like, it's not, I mean, as long as you're passionate, right, it's fine. But I feel like this is definitely one of the things. Also surround yourself with good people who are aligned in terms of your values. Like, I feel that this project wouldn't exist if we didn't find the right collaborators to come on board, who gave their all. But literally, like you talk about the editing, we had a great editor, Mark, who spent hours with me overnight. Like, I remember we shared a Google Doc and like where I put notes and we kind of exchanged on stuff. And sometimes it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I was writing to him and I'm like, oh my God, he's still connected. And we're still like chatting about how to make the edit better, right? And I mean, like I had a killer director of photography who gave his all as well, and that's why the image is beautiful. And you talk about the music. Laura is an amazing composer, so creative, and she's created the entire music for the show. And she brought her own. Like I feel like it's a teamwork, right? Like I'm the creator, I started the idea, but everybody brought their own into making this better. So it's not my project, it's everybody's project, and my producing partner also gave her all. And like she would bounce back ideas with me and she'll be implicated in marketing and all the strategies and stuff like that. So all of us together created this, and me by myself, I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, this, like, to get it to that level. And the other thing that I would say in terms of like how to make this happen, I think that you need to work on stuff that you care. Like, I feel like my project started becoming my projects in the moment that I started. An advice that I got was work on stuff that matters for you, work on stuff that you care about, work on stuff that stories that you want to tell. And often that's where people start. You start with very personal stories because you're the best person to tell that specific story. And you don't need to try and be somebody else. You just need to be yourself. You don't need to try and be the next Tarantino, even though we all love Tarantino, but you're not the next Tarantino. You're just yourself trying to create something that matters. And as long as this is the heart of it, I feel this is why people connect, right? We all connect with stories when they feel truthful and honest, and that's what makes them beautiful and powerful. And you create your own vision in your own world, and this is why people care and connect with whatever you're creating. So that's my 2 cents in it. And work really hard, and eventually you'll find some, you'll get your tribe and find people to care about what you want to do and who wants to be part of it.
Absolutely. There's no one like you, Josiane. There's no one like the next director. And if everybody sticks to what they're truly gifted at and their vision and what their heart speaks, to them and their truth, absolutely. Success is definitely right there on the horizon. Can you please tell everybody again so that they know where they can see your series, the name of your series, your handles so they can follow you on social media?
No, totally. So the name of the series in English is Hogtown, but the actual original name in French is called Ainsi va Manu. So I'm not gonna spell it. AINSI space VA space Manu, MANU. But if they look for Hogtown, I think they'll find it. It's currently streaming in Canada on the platform of two of our broadcasters, which is TV5 and TV5 Quebec and TFO in Ontario. Right now, I don't know if it's out yet. It was supposed to be September, so it's coming out soon on the TV5 World, TV5 Monde platform in South America, Africa, and Europe. So people in those three continents are going to be able to see it. I hope it gets somewhere in the States. If anyone is looking interested in putting it somewhere on the States, we're open. But yeah, we're still working with our international distributor. And in terms of handle, they can follow the series at Ainsi va Manu. They can follow me. It's my name, my first name, dash my first name, last name, dash films. I think Josiane Blanc dash films, or our production company as well is called Sakash. I'm like, oh God, all these names for English people are going to be terrible. our production company is called Sakash Production. It's SAHKOSH Productions. Where on social, my business partner is a killer marketing person, so she's all over it. So yeah, so they can follow us. We have a lot of upcoming projects as well. We're very excited about. We try to put diversity and diverse stories in the mix. So that's what we do, and we mix languages, as you mentioned.
Excellent, excellent. So Josiane, from Hogtown,
Yes.
amazing web series, multicultural, amazing actors, amazing everything. If you live in the States, call Netflix. All of you want to see this series here in the States, because it is something that you are going to truly enjoy no matter what age you are or what cultural background. I must say that I am a huge fan. I look forward to having you in the Miami Web Fest and wishing you the best of luck and the Miami Web Fest and your selection. And just want to say thank you so much. It is an honor to be with such an amazingly creative and visionary producer and director.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you for the interview, and thank you for the Web Fest, Miami Web Fest to have us. It's an honor to be able to screen in Miami and have people in Miami to see the series as well. We're really happy.
Hogtown will be a big hit. Thank you so much, and you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.